Hey, welcome back. Guess what today is? Happy 100 day. I got 100 subscribers last night and then lost a couple, I don't know. It kind of fluctuated, but then this morning, by noon today, I think I was back over 100 again. So hopefully we're going to hold and only go up and not down. So I don't know. I know sometimes I'll subscribe and go through and be like, well, I haven't watched this in a while, and I'll, whatever. So it is what it is. But I'm going to continue to bring this content to you, and hopefully you guys, there's enough out there that'll appreciate it and subscribe, because that's all I'm doing it for, just to bring you some information on these bourbons from an honest review, non-pretentious review. I am not trained in this. I've just drank a lot of bourbon, and I'm going to bring you the notes that I taste, and we're going to do it right after this. All right, I'm glad that intro music was playing, because I have never had a bottle of bourbon that took that long to get the plastic off the top. I forgot to take the plastic off. Normally I do that, but the cork has not been out of this yet. But normally I take that plastic off and I get ready for these setups, but I didn't do it today. But luckily I'm able to edit that out here, and you won't see the struggle. But again, if you watched the video from yesterday, this is High West Whiskey. American Prairie Bourbon, a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys, bottled by High West Distillery, Park City, Utah. It does not say distilled by, it just says bottled by. So I have not read anything on this at all. This is one I found in the store. I've seen pictures of it on people's posts here and there, and I decided to give it a try. But again, what I do on this channel is I don't do any research. I don't want any influence, anything that I don't already know about it. I don't look it up. I want to bring you the notes that I'm getting off of it as I drink it. So this is the first time. I don't know anything about this. I didn't do any research. Again, so let's go ahead and, oh, and by the way, since this is the 100 subscriber show, I'm going to drink 2 bourbons today. Not whole bottles, but we're going to try 2 bourbons. I don't know what the second one's going to be, but after I try this one, I'm going to try to match a similar bourbon from memory, and then I want to see which one I like better. So we're going to do that today. It may be one I've already reviewed. We'll see. But High West, let's go ahead and pop this cork. Oh, that's good cork sound. Yeah, pretty good. Smells like bourbon. All right. Here's a little bit for you. And again, I always pour a little for you to give you the experience. If you're wearing a VR visor, you will be able to look down and see this bourbon in front of you. If not, you can tilt your phone or move the screen. But let's go ahead and pour me a little bit here, and let's get some air in this thing. All right, let's go easy, because I'm going to pour another one in another snifter, of course. And let's get this sucker over here out of the way. Get a little air in here. Didn't get much off that, but that's just a little tiny drop. Let's check this thing out. Let's look at the color. Light amber. That is pretty light. Getting a little cling. Man, it might do a little better here shortly, but it's not clinging real well. I've got some tiny droplets at the top. I'm not getting the good thick trails that I normally get out of a good oiled bourbon, good oily bourbon. It's kind of thin on sight. Let's give her a nose. It's got a decent nose. What's the alcohol on this? 46%. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's about like 4 rows of small batch up there. A little stronger than some. I got a little ethanol off that. Back off just a little bit. Not knowing anything about the mash bill on this, I might be getting a little rye. I don't know. But definitely getting the caramel. I don't know, it's kind of light on the notes, on the nose. But, yeah, let me go ahead and give her a taste. Okay. I think I'm definitely getting some rye out of that. Not extremely high. Of course, it's not classified as a rye. Yeah. It doesn't say anything about it on there. Of course, again, I didn't look this up, and I don't know, since it's a blend, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find a good mash bill on it. I don't know. But I guarantee you, I'm getting some rye. I'm getting the florals. I'm getting the little bit of bitters. But again, I don't like to give too many notes off that first taste. Let's get another wash. Okay, I forced it all around that time. It is good, though. A little thin. It is a little thin. It's not clinging like I would like. I see a few little droplets coming down, but it's certainly not. I'm not going to put this against. Man, see, I opened my mouth and said I was going to put this against something. Let's see. It can't be too heavy. It might be the Four Roses. Yeah. And I know I just reviewed that one not too long ago. But honestly, I want to compare the rye in this to the Four Roses single barrel. So let me go ahead and pour a little snip of this one too. Since you're not going to drink that, I'm not going to pour you one anyway. Let's see here. All right, let's look at it. I can tell you already, Four Roses is a little darker in color. Now, this is not the blend. I didn't put this against Four Roses Small Batch, which is a blend, because I think the rye in it is the rye in this one is reminding me more of Four Roses Single Barrel. So let me. Oh, I can already tell you the Four Roses is clinging better. It's got way better legs to it, right there, and that darker color. You know, could be it spent more time in the barrel. Yeah, there's a difference. But I am picking up on some of those florals in here. Let me give this one a taste. Yeah. All right. I think after tasting that, I think it's going to tame the florals in this one a little bit. That one's definitely a little more. So let me go ahead and give this one. You know, I'm just doing this because I like to drink a bunch of bourbon. And so celebrating woohoo 100, I get to drink more bourbon. Oh, much, much, much tamer now. Yeah. So what I was picking up on before, this has killed it. I believe Four Roses Single Barrel is plus 30% rye in the mash. But now that I've done that, of course, yeah, now I have to see if I was right or wrong. I have to. It's my job right here, right? Not that I'm making any money off of this, but you know, that's what this is here for. Bring y'all the best reviews ever, right? All right, I'm not going to pour a bunch of that. All right. Now, let's go ahead and look at the two Four Roses against each other. The single barrel is still a little darker. These are more in line with the color. All right, I think we've got the color down. Right, this one's a little blonder than the single barrel, but it's right in line with the small batch, which is a blend. All right, so let's try this one. I think we're getting close. I think we're getting close. So, of course, since this is a blend and it's from Four Roses and it probably has some single barrel in it, it probably has some of that 30+% rye in it, along with other bourbons, right, to tame it down. And since this is a blend, let's get this one out of the way because it's not that. I think this is the closer comparison right here. So, remember, this one is this one. This one is the Four Roses single barrel. All right, here we go. Let me, yeah, that is close. That is close. I think we have a, now they're different. They're different, I'll tell you that. That has an earthiness to it. I think that this one doesn't have. I really do. I think it's a grassier, grittier, earthy tone. Not that it's harsh or anything. It's not. It's just earthy. And this one, I think, is a little more floral. Oh man, they're both real good though. Wow. Yeah, I think this one has a little tinge more of a peppery note, and this one has a bit more of an earthy note to it. But man, the sweetness is coming across very similar in these two bourbons right here. Of course, all bourbons are going to be sweet. I mean, corn sweet. They're made with at least 51% or more corn in the mash bill, and usually they're up around 60s, you know, on the corn. Some of them even more than that. So we're going to get sweet, but some of them can be a little drier, especially on the finish. Now, I know I haven't talked about that, but I've been washing 3 different bourbons together, so it's hard to tell what I'm getting on a finish. And I'll have to review these again, but when you put bourbons like this together, I've swallowed so much different ones, and something is still there warming, but I don't know which one it is because I didn't pay that close of attention because this is a celebration of 100 subscribers. So we're just drinking bourbon. All right. So let me do this again. I should go get a little thing of water. Hang on. You know what? I'll be right back. And just like that, with the magic of video production, I'm back. All right. Let's give it a little wash here. All right. Yeah, this one has a little tiny bit more in it. Let me, yeah. Boy, those caramels, that caramel's coming out a lot more now that I've been drinking the others. Yeah, still got a little bit of rye in it. But not, man, that is creamy. Vanilla caramel, you know, those notes. But it's still few noted. But it still has those earthy tones and maybe a little grassy tones to it. All right, let's do the 4. Okay. Yep. Little more rose petally over here, a tiny bit. But like I said, there's still some caramels coming through. And I'm getting a very similar sweetness off these. So if you like Four Roses small batch, I know you will like this because with a day in between them, it's hard to tell them apart. But there is a distinct difference. There really is. And this one, if you don't like, if you want to kind of play with rye a little bit, this one's kind of playing around. This one's playing a little bit more. And then, you know, this one is taking it up another notch. But, yeah, there's other higher ryes out there. But just tending to move away from the primary wheat, you know, into a little more rye. I think these are excellent. This is the tamest one of the three for sure. And it's just a good, honest prairie bourbon, you know, the way it says. And I do get the grassy earthiness out of it. But man, it's a great, great bourbon. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. So this doesn't take like till tomorrow to edit and everything. But as always, please like and subscribe and hit that bell down there for notifications. And I promise I will keep bringing you these videos.